are here because we remember where we were 4 years ago. We remember 4 years ago when we had a great economy. And we see what's happening right now in an economy that's faltering.
Representative from a Dominican, that's a sea change, right? What's going on?
I mean, look around. We got ajo con pollo. We got we got the mofongo.
We got Cuban rice and beans.
We got the corn dogs.
And we got Sasquatch.
I mean, come on. We are outside. The crowd is amazing. The diversity is amazing. We got the one black guy back there.
Huh?
The one black guy back there.
We are here because we remember where we were 4 years ago. We remember 4 years ago when we had a great economy. And we see what's happening right now in an economy that's faltering.
So I swear down, I'm sitting here and we are just going through the Trump rally. The warm-up guy has arrived. It's like open mic session. The guy goes on for 2 minutes. I'll let you hear a little bit of it and I'll fast forward it.
He told me his name and then he said, "How old are you?" I told him my age, which was 43 at the time. He told me his age. He said, "What month were you born?"
Literally, this was probably the biggest rally Trump has done in New Jersey, and it is I have no idea who this guy is. 2 minutes of it. Wow. He's British? No, he's not. Oh, he is? No. It could actually be the best possible own ever because he's given Diaper Don shits in pants a great new name.
President Donald J. Trump. President Donald J. Trump. Trump.
We are going to officially play in the state of New Jersey. We're going to win the state of New Jersey. He's doing quite a good job. What do you think, Lawrence Taylor? Yes? Doing a great job. Look at those two guys, OJ, Lawrence, my golfing friends. We don't have to agree on everything, but we can again, and it's going up higher. In California, it's got just hit $7.21 today. Some place was ripping you off. Instead of a Biden tax hike, I'll give you a Trump middle class, upper class, lower class, business class, big tax cut. You're going to have the biggest tax cut. And we were set to do that. We were all set to do it. People are hearing, oh, our economy, his job numbers are fake. They're totally fake. They're fixed numbers. They're rigged numbers. Everything about them are rigged. From the elections to the economy, everything. And by the way, the one thing that's doing well is the stock market. You know why it's doing well? Because I'm leading in every single poll, and people think we're going to win. And the stock market, and it's been written about by Scott, some of the great people, they're writing that if we ever lost, if this election wasn't won by us, you'd see something like in 1929. The stock market's only doing well because everyone thinks we're going to win. We had a great stock market. And I got indicted more than him on bullshit, too. Just bullshit. If you look at you take a look at President Xi of China, talking about Beijing. Now, they've got ships circling, they have planes, but they never were doing anything. If you look at you take a look at President Xi of China, talking about Beijing. Now, they've got ships circling, they have planes, but they never were doing anything. President and Banana Republic, we never did it here. I could have pressed Hillary a lot harder. You know, she broke up her phone. She broke them up. She acid washed them. Bit bleach, right? Bit bleach. Nobody even knows what it is. So expensive. They blew off the stage. I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with you for an hour and a half, and I don't have any teleprompter. And we winged it. And, you know, the gentleman that I was there for, Bernie Moreno, ended up winning the nomination by a lot. And he's going to be the next guy, I hope, the next senator from the great state of Ohio, which we won by a lot. But sometimes look at what he's doing with Israel. Look at what he's doing. This man is destroying our country. He's destroying our allies. And you know what? I was tough on our allies, too, because our allies always took advantage of us. But once I got them straightened out, it was fine. I mean, Silence of the Lambs. Has anyone ever seen a Silence of the Lambs? The late, great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man. He oftentimes would have a friend for dinner. Remember the last scene? Excuse me, I'm about to have a friend for dinner as this poor doctor walked by. I'm about to have a friend for dinner, but Hannibal Lecter, congratulations, the late, great Hannibal Lecter. We have people that are being released into our country that we don't want in our country, and I believe because of it. And I'm way up in South Carolina. In fact, I had a little, we had a little skirmish with the governor, and we won by, did we win by 40 points or 50 points? And that's fine. That's fine. We get along with everybody. Sitting back, and we better damn well win this election, because if we don't, our country is going to be doomed. It's going to be doomed. The Democrat Party is becoming radicalized. It's becoming radical left, and they're going to lose our country. I always talk about we have enemies on the outside and we have enemies from within. The enemies from within are more dangerous to me than the enemies on the outside. Russia and China, we can handle. But these lunatics within our government that are going to destroy our country and probably want to, we have to get it stopped. And by the way, they're not on the right, they're on the left. They're not on the right, they're on the left. The people, they're going through your country in caravans. I think it was the name I developed. I developed a lot of names. You notice that? People's names, Pocahontas, lots of different names. I love these Saturday evenings. Is there anything better than a Trump rally? If some of these wackos came along, you know, these liberal singers said, actually vote for me. You know, they all vote for me. They say, oh, Trump, I don't know. You know, like Bruce Springsteen. We have a much bigger crowd than Bruce Springsteen, right? Much bigger. All done by Biden. Carried out by Ray. That's right. Carried out by Ray. That's right. All being done by him. Carried out by radical Democrat district attorney. You know who he is? Fat Alvin, right? Corrupt guy. And as you know, I've come here from New York, where I'm being forced to endure a Biden show trial, all done by Biden. Carried out by Ray. That's right, all being done by him. Carried out by radical Democrat district attorney. You know who he is? Fat Alvin, right?
I just want to say, I grew up a Democrat, and I've always been a Democrat until I met this man right here. I'll tell you what. He will not have to worry about nobody in my family ever voting for a Democrat again. Okay.
Don't you just love that guy? Don't you just love that guy? I tell you, it has been a very exciting day. You guys, not one person left here. You're still here yelling and screaming.
He's nervous.
What'd you do?
On Tuesday, April 4th, 2023, Donald Trump entered a Manhattan courtroom and pled not guilty to 34 crimes.
Squash it.
Fucking movie star. You're a fucking movie star.
So tick, tick, tick.
Before we go any further, it's time to join the Muppets. It's time to say goodbye. Right, what?
One dumpster fire at a time.
It's time to ignore the Muppets on the most sensational, celebrational. This is what they call the Muppet Show. It wasn't sung very well? Oh.
Was that?
Right, let's start with, this is a treat. 54 seconds, you can count all of them, of Marjorie Taylor Greene being booed to her face over her calamity motion to vacate. Maybe she should just have a vote on herself. I don't think they want you there.
For what purpose does the gentlewoman from Georgia seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Clause 2A1 of Rule 9, I seek recognition to give notice of my intent to raise a question of the privileges of the House. The form of the resolution is as follows. Declaring the office of Speaker of the House of Representatives to be vacant. This is the uniparty for the American people watching.
Gentlelady will suspend. Order.
Ted Cruz, it's been a minute since Senator Cupid Stunt opened his trap and went for it, and he's weighed in on the Stormy Daniels and the guy that said his dad assassinated Kennedy. You keep it up.
Trying to do to get this attenuated. And by the way, the testimony of Stormy Daniels was salacious.
Dad, hurry! I'm gonna be late.
Sorry to interrupt, but what were you talking about? Politicians paying people?
Point of it. Listen, there is no person on planet Earth that believes Donald Trump has been celibate all his life. That is not news. But they want
It's the Nike swoosh had a slogan to go with it, which I think is perfect in this particular scenario. Just do it. All this talk about, oh, if Trump goes to jail, this is going to happen and that's going to happen. Well, bring it on. Ted Cruz, by the way. Ted Cruz has joined the bandwagon of, you can't possibly lock up somebody who's got 90 felons and is breaking every single gag order.
Trump in jail. The short answer is, I believe the answer is no. I don't think the judge will. He'll keep putting fines on him, but I don't think he'll put him in jail. I think if he tried to put him in jail, I think the Court of Appeals would reverse it. They're not going to let Trump go to jail in the middle of this election. And I'll tell you what, if miracle of miracle, the corrupt New York courts did actually send Trump to jail, Trump would win over 300 electoral votes in November. You want to talk about shocking the voters that this is garbage? That would do it. And these people are so consumed with partisan hate that they're willing to abuse power, and that willingness has no limit.
Just a question. Is Lindsey Graham the oldest virgin in Congress? Because he looks like, what do you know what I mean? He just needs something. Something is missing in Lindsey Graham's life. He really should just go ahead and fornicate.
1, 2.
What is Joe Biden's response to withhold weapons in a war that Israel cannot afford to lose? What did we do after we were attacked? What did we do to end the war against the Japanese? We dropped 2 nuclear weapons on 2 Japanese cities to make sure our soldiers didn't have to invade Japan, where you could have 1 million lives lost. What is Joe Biden doing? He's making it impossible for allies throughout the world to trust us. He's making it hard on Israel to win.
Well, it's a bit of a split decision here between saying HUH and that well-known phrase, here's the damn stupidest thing, with a swear word involved, you've heard all day. So I'll leave it to you. Kellyanne Conway is opening her gob at, well, go for it, please.
You combine the Get Out the Vote program by all the government agencies on the college campuses with the student loan forgiveness, you got a president not paying $130,000 to a porn person. I don't say star because that's an opinion and I don't share it. I have no basis to form it. But you combine that. And you know what, Jesse? Here's what's scary about it. But seriously speaking, they'll overplay this. They gave her, now she's the abortion czar, always a Russian title to break an issue.
Do you want to add something else to the huge long list of things that Lara Trump knows absolutely nothing about, but projects, whatever the word is, as if she is some scholar on it? We'll do basic recent history now.
Shutting down the Keystone XL pipeline, inflation, continues to go up because of it. Our gas prices we know are high. Gives us on the world stage just a really weak position. You probably wouldn't have seen the war with Russia and Ukraine without that decision. You wouldn't see the war with Israel and Hamas without that decision. Really dumb stuff from the Biden administration.
At this stage, we just need a moment to collect our thoughts and escape the nonsense. So we have President Biden, who actually did a very good sit-down interview with Erin Burnett. This is the moment he was talking about things that actually are important, like jobs and the economy.
So Trump attended a groundbreaking here where we are for Foxconn. He promised 13,000 jobs, and only about 1,000 of those actually exist right now. So I know you're promising more than 2,000 union construction jobs, and that 100,000 people are going to get trained in AI here. Why should people here believe that you will succeed at creating jobs where Trump failed?
He's never succeeded in creating jobs, and I've never failed. I've created over 15 million jobs since I've been president. 15 million in three and three-quarters years. And secondly, Microsoft is a serious player, and they're very much engaged in making sure that they pick this area as sort of the home base for their AI initiative in the nation.
I'd love a medical expert, because this is really beyond anything you can find. I just don't know what to say with regards to this, the fact that RFK has discovered that he has worms in his head.
I just ask you guys one more thing. The New York Times, and this has nothing to do with, well, it has to do with the presidential election, has just come out with this extraordinary, bizarre article on RFK. And they're reporting that doctors, in a deposition, that RFK said doctors found a worm in his brain that had eaten part of his brain and then died there. I mean, you laugh, but I mean, what might this mean? I mean, what might this mean to an election, to hearing that he said this in a deposition?
It probably means, and one of the things that I tell my clients all the time is try not to go into depositions high.
When I was growing up, there used to be a TV show called Wish You Were Here, which is kind of a travel show. It was on British TV and went to all of the glamorous locations in the world. I've got an updated version. Just insert Wish You Wasn't Here. Former guy had a bit of a shindig Wednesday night at Mar-a-Lago. Yes, he flew all the way back from New York, where he's got a little bit of a stormy problem, to have a NFT party. Now, the expression you could say, well, we could ask the question, was it lit? No. Think of another word that rhymes with lit. Starts with S.
About 8 months ago, we had one of these meetings. Who was it the last time we came to Mar-a-Lago? Oh, that's right. Oh. The best-looking people I've ever seen.
Let's go.
They come in and they say, oh, yeah, I can't. I never wanted to leave. In fact, I was supposed to leave about an hour ago, and they didn't mind. You know, I have a fake trial going on with these
Fake news. Fake news.
Horrible people. They drummed up some nonsense. It's a shame for America. It's a shame, but we've never had better poll numbers. Poll numbers are the highest we've ever had. We're beating crooked Joe Biden by a lot, both in the national polls and in the swing states. We're beating him. I just saw today we're leading by a lot in every single.
And I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian.
Somebody needs to just take a few moments and explain Mitch McConnell to me, because I don't get it. You really think him and Trump like each other? Switch McConnell? Literally the stuff, all the things he's come up with, and now he's in Trump's corner? Is it anything for power? Is he desperate? What exactly? Just explain this.
Yeah. Given all the allegations that have come out against the former president in the criminal hush money trial, including covering up an alleged affair with Stormy Daniels, does it give you any pause in supporting him for president?
Look, I've said to you all, and basically to you every week, that I don't blame you for trying, but I'm not going to be commenting on the presidential election. I'm going to concentrate on trying to turn this job over to the next.
Fascinating thing about Trump, there's literally a whole circus of people who make a career off his name. Some of them have worked for him, like Scaramucci. Another one is Omarosa. And this is the thing, they've actually worked for him, so you always do take a little bit of a pinch of salt when they speak. But anyway, Omarosa is now back on cable news, getting her money, and the latest, I should got to check for it, but just putting it out there, the latest little bit of scandal for as far as she's concerned is he pays people off. Well, it's hardly a surprise. My thing is, why didn't you say it when you had a seat at the table? Seems simple enough.
It was terrible. And the reality is, and I've said this in other interviews, I mean, he's running against what would be the first woman president. So he's already has to position himself to be able to win women voters. But his whole history, the leering at his daughter, the gross things he said about women and Miss USA pageants, et cetera. Was there a sense that they had to shut these women down? And does it ring true to you what he's being charged with, that he was willing to pay and reimburse Michael Cohen for him to pay to keep Stormy Daniels from being added to the list? Well, Joy, I want to take you back a little bit to 2006, something that I think Stormy Daniels referenced when he was promising her that she could be on The Apprentice. She was talking about Celebrity Apprentice. I actually appeared on that season, the first season of the Celebrity Apprentice, and there was actually another playmate that actually ended up on the cast of Celebrity Apprentice. I don't know if you recall that, but Tiffany Fallon was selected for that cast instead of, I believe, Stephanie, Stormy Daniels, or any of the other women, yes, that were lobbying to be in that spot. So Donald was actually successful in getting one of his paramours on our season. But in terms of whether or not I believe that he does that, I've seen them pay off people. I've seen them try to pay off folks, to silence them. In fact, I don't know if you recall, they actually tried to do the same thing to me, where they tried to offer $20,000 a month or something like that for me to work on the campaign for several years so that I wouldn't share what I actually shared in my book. So this is kind of their pattern. This is par for the course in Donald Trump's world.